Call Haloyim La, Allah Yahweh, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. It's the book of Isaiah 36:6, and it reads, Lo, thou trusteth in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who are the true teachers of Israel today and have labored faithfully in his truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all you Akim pushing this truth in the four corners of the earth, laboring to make your calling of election sure. Habayath, my Dawadah, the house of David, closing up the breaches thereof. And to the listeners, the brothers and sisters, the Akim and Akwathim, to you I say Shalom as well. So, this is the brother Sagalah coming back with another lesson. Quick lesson through the spirit and power of the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Lord willing, is edifying for those that have eyes to see and ears to hear through the Holy Spirit, through the Rakakwadash. So I started in Isaiah 36:6. And the premise of the lesson is going to be from this article, as you see, from Revolt TV, revolt.tv. And you see the title, it says, Killer Mike launches Black-owned digital bank. And, this article is the epitome and it's indicative of the statehood of our people, the Israelites, the 12 tribes, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. The mindset of our people is that they trust in oppression and they want to always find a way, rather than trusting in the Most High or coming back to serving the Most High. So our people are looking for ways out of the system, ways to, conquer the system, a way to be comfortable within the system, which is trusting in oppression, which the system was never made for you to be comfortable in, because you were always meant to be slaves and servants to Esau in this system. So when you read the article, it says the new bank, and just that in itself, the idea that, so-called black people, these are Israelites coming together, trying to, create their own bank. Just that in itself is very appealing. King Solomon said, the eye is never satisfied with seeing, nor the ear with hearing. So all these things, it appear before our people as eye candy. And it looks good on the outside, but in the midst of it, none of it is edifying. None of it is going to be a saving grace, once this dollar crashes, which is, we're nearing that more and more, that time. It says the new bank, Greenwood, is named after a neighborhood in Tulsa, Oklahoma, once known as the Black Wall Street, showing you that Jake is going back to the same old playbook, which is thinking you can create your own society within a society and your own banking system, and to be, self-sufficient, when this is actually our punishment, being here in America for you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. When you read the prophecies, Deuteronomy 28, being, a major, telltale sign of the Israelites and the oppression that they will be going through. But when you go through the prophecies, you see that the Most High put his people into slavery via the other nations because of disobedience. He said the only way they would come out of that is to come back, to serving, the Most High through his son, and that his son would actually, Yahweh Shai, would be, his blood would cover the believers that would come back, which is known as the remnant or the elect, which is also 1/3 of the nation of Israel. So this is punishment for the nation of Israel, but our people refuse to listen to the prophets and adhere to the truth. So that's why when you read Hosea, like for Hosea 4:6 is one of the many examples that our people are going to be destroyed. Our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And because you've rejected knowledge, the Most High said he will also reject you, and your children. So trying to go back to the same failed things that didn't work before is not going to change anything. The only way to come out of oppression, the only way to get saved out of this is to come back to serving the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Spirit and the truth, which is coming back, adhering to the word and, repenting and getting your house in order. It says Killer Mike is hoping to break barriers in the finance world with the launch of a digital bank for minority communities. So now Jake is trying to launch his own digital bank to try to offset, the financial system, which that digital bank is still tied up into the same financial system. The entrepreneur noticed that there was a dearth of Black-owned banks recognized by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, showing you that it still has to fall within Esau's guidelines. So he decided to partner with former Atlanta Mayor Andrew Young and Bounce TV founder Ryan Glover to start what they hope will be the first digital bank for Black and Latin individuals in business. The bank, Greenwood, is named after a neighborhood in Tulsa, Oklahoma, formerly known as the Black Wall Street, that housed some of the highest performing Black businesses in the U.S., highest performing in the U.S. before it was burned down by a white mob in 1921. Sean Diddy Combs launches Our Fair Share to help minority-owned small businesses get access to capital during COVID-19. We need to create a new financial platform that understands our history and our needs going forward. A banking platform built by us and for us. The same thing we heard before when it's the same pitch that was when they launched FUBU, which is no longer around. For us, by us. And that was a failure as well. Now, what does all this mean through the Spirit? I'll go back to Isaiah 36:6. It shows you that Jake, you Israelites, trust in oppression. Isaiah 36:6, once again, it says, Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed. And that staff is a support system, So that staff, that measuring stick, of Babylon, which is the people's minds being fully trusted in the system. That's trusting in the staff of a broken reed. It says on Egypt, on oppression. See, this is oppression. This wasn't meant for you to come and thrive and prosper and set up, generational wealth, and live within a society that was made to enslave you. So this digital bank is just more of a prelude to the mark of the beast, really, and the RFID chip, because it says it's a digital bank. So that's more of the conditioning of the mind, getting you ready and more accepting to, when something, getting more acceptance, Salakia, to something that when more pressure is put upon you, which is the actual economic collapse, then you'll be more ready to do whatever it takes to continue on the system. So that this is really just more mind conditioning, or which is also called, what is that term that's used? Basically, it's conditioning of the mind. I can't remember, it's a certain term, but it's just more mind conditioning of the mind to do what? To be more likely and to be more ready to accept the mark of the beast, to accept the RFID chip when it's proposed. So, what does all this mean? Let's continue on. Isaiah 36:6. Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, so this place is destroyed. Babylon can't be healed. It's broken. It's a broken staff. It's a broken reed. So it says, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trusted him. So all that trust in his system, all that trust in Babylon the Great, is going to be like getting pierced. There's going to be a piercing that's going to come from leaning your hand or putting your trust or your faith in a system that's broken. So let's further show that. Jeremiah 17 in verse 5, and it reads, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord. So it says you are cursing yourself when you trust in man. So that goes into the systems, these systems of government, the laws, and the the actual United States government decrees, trusting in that and putting your faith in that. We live here to be able to survive and to be able to do the things that we need to do to be out of sight, out of mind, and to provide, etc. But we don't put all of our faith and trust into the system and go hard to try to be the next millionaire and to try to see a way that we can go around the system and thrive. And the scriptures tell you that labor not to be rich, but we know by nature our people want those riches, which are uncertain riches. We'll get that here in a second. So it says, "Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm." So when you make flesh, this man's system, your arm, which is your strength, symbolic of your strength, then your heart, it says, "in whose heart departed from the Lord." That's when you've departed from the Most High, because that's a sign that you have failed to trust in the Most High. The Most High wants us to be fully trusting in Him, because He's the only one that can get us out of this situation. Further proof, let's go to Psalm 118:8. Psalm 118:8, and it reads, "It is better to trust in the Lord Yahweh than to put confidence in man." So we're supposed to put our trust in the Most High rather than putting our confidence in man. So that's our confidence should be squarely 100% in the might and the power and the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. So putting that trust is trusting His word and coming back to following Him. That's how we show that we trust the Lord. We start to come back to serve Him as Israelites. Now, what does all this mean? Well, when you go to the book of 1 Timothy, let me get this quick precept. 1 Timothy 6:17, it says, "Charge them that are rich in this world," and those riches just don't mean people who actually are millionaires and billionaires and so on and so forth, but charge them that are rich in this world as also being rich, with faith and belief and trust in the ways of this world. So charge them that are rich in this world, those who have riches, but that are rich with the philosophies of this world as well. It says that they be not high-minded, because a lot of our people are high-minded. They're haughty and high-minded, and they're proud. It says, and some people, that are among us are not rich, but they're rich with the philosophies, and they're also, rich in material wealth. They have a lot of materials, a lot of comfort creature items. So a lot of these things make our people high-minded. It says that they be not high-minded, which is haughty, which is proud, nor trust in uncertain riches. See, we're not supposed to put our trust in this system, because this system is uncertain riches. This digital currency, these digital entries that they make, and this money they put in these accounts, it's going to go to zero one day. And when it goes to zero, then the RFID chip is going to be the actual solution to the problem. Thus saith the scriptures. It says, "Nor trust in uncertain riches," money that ain't certain. The scriptures tell us that riches make themselves wings and they fly away toward heaven. "But in the living power, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy." So we're supposed to put our trust in the living power, in the Most High, Yahweh Shai, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. The Most High gives us richly all the things that we need, So He says He provides for the birds, they neither reap nor sow. How much greater are we than they? So our trust is supposed to be in the Most High. Let me get another quick precept or two. Let's go to the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 5:7, and it reads, "Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly, for those who are not coming back to serving the Most High, and coming into this spiritual ark, which is His wisdom, knowledge, and understanding," it says, "For suddenly," this is going to be suddenly, "shall the wrath of the Lord come forth," because they're not going to be expecting this. That's why the scriptures say the Lord comes as a thief in the night. "For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security, the things that you hold to be, that keep you make you sleep better at night. Your support system, going back to that broken staff, your support system, your monies, all your material wealth, etc. All these things will be security. 401k, CDs, Roth IRAs, etc. In thy security, also going into your degree, your certain jobs, etc. In thy security, thou shalt be destroyed. So you're going to be destroyed, trusted in the things of this world, and perish in the day of vengeance, because everything is leading up to the time that the Lord is going to bring great vengeance upon this earth, which is known as the time of Jacob's trouble, ultimately when the missiles drop. So it said, and perish in the day of vengeance, in the hour of temptation, pertaining to Revelation 3 and 10. That goes into the day of vengeance as well. So it says that you, in your security, you're going to be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Now, why is that important? Let's go back to, let me get this last precept. Let's go to 2nd Ezra real quick. 2nd Ezra 9 and verse 10. It says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. See, this goes back to the fact that when you trusted the Most High, you come, back to serving him, you realize that he's been the one that's been taking care of you. He's been the one that has, actually provided. He's been the one that's been the provider. He's giving you the strength to do, and the thoughts and the mind, and the wherewithal to be able to do the things that you do and to have the things that you have. So I'll read it again, 2nd Ezra 9 and 10. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. So the majority of our people don't understand that the blessings, these benefits and things that they have, their nice jobs, the cars, the things that they have, are been benefits or in blessings, but they don't know from whence they come. They don't know that it comes from the Most High, Yahweh Ba Shem Yahushua. They don't know the Lord's name. They don't know anything about the laws. They don't know anything about keeping the commandments. They don't know that they're Israelites. They don't know that this word is for them, because they trust in oppression and uncertain riches. And this is going to be the downfall and the doom of 2/3 of our people in the time of Jacob's trouble. A time like no other that's vastly and quickly approaching planet Earth. So the question to be asked is, in these last days, what is your support? What is your reed? And what is your staff? What do you use as your measure of support? Is it the Most High, Yahweh Ba Shem Yahushua, or is it man? Call Allah Yamla, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh, Ba Shem Yahushua, Ba Shem Rakak Wadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles. Peace and blessings and salutations, and blessings, to the house of David, Habayath Madabadah, and to the listeners, the brothers and sisters that believe on Yahweh Ba Shem Yahushua. To you I say shalom as well.